Here we are. Welcome back to the channel. And yes, the karts are back on GT7. So you know me, I can't resist a good kart time trial. So as usual, we're going to go over to sport mode as we head over to daily races for this week's Daily Race A track guide in the karts. So this week we've got Grand Valley in the GR3 cars and Nürburgring Endurance in the GR4. So a very diverse week this week. So let me know what you guys think of this week's dailies. We're going to concentrate on Daily Race A as we select from the garage, or you can rent the car if you haven't got the cars. Click onto the kart itself and make sure that you go over to your car settings and you've got sports soft tyres on the front and rear. And when you're ready, press OK and away you go. So for this, in terms of assist, we're running on no traction control. Counter steer we do have on strong, and ABS we ran on default. Default to me did feel better than weak for this, as you do get a lot of rotation in the karts when you brake anyway. So onto the lap itself, we're going to break this all down for you as we come to the first braking point. You can see as the road kind of kinks to the right hand side, as it kind of straightens up on the right, come across the right hand side and brake just as you hit that kink. Swing the car in. You can really kind of throw these karts around quite a lot. The trick with these karts, try and take the accelerator as soon as you can. And if you get it right, the kart will rotate quite nicely the minute you stamp on the throttle. But if you stamp on the throttle too much, obviously you will oversteer too much and the kart will spin around. So there's a fine balance there. That section absolutely flat out. Be nice and smooth with the steering because it will save you time the smoother you are. But this one we're looking at this little cone, this little post on the right hand side. As we get level with that, we're going to hit the brakes. And you can really again swing this car in. Now the car will come around on this one, but it's not actually bad. It helps rotate the car quite nice. Stay in fourth gear, but you're going to be aiming acceleration point before you reach this second curb in. Now that one is difficult to get right. You can understeer and hit the barrier on the exit, so it might take a bit of time to get that one right. So coming up to a tricky section, a lot of hairpins for this next section. We've got two braking zones for this. For the first one, you can look at the red barrier on the right hand side. We've also got a white line across the road as a reference. We're going to brake in before you reach these two and come across the left hand side as much as you can. And really swing it in, but stay into third gear, release the brakes, and you can see the throttle. Run that throttle just a little bit to get that car rotated. With this left-hander, exactly the same again. You come off and play with that throttle. You've got to balance the throttle. It's the fastest way to get this car around this track. If you're coming all the way off the throttle and back on, you will slow down too much. So for this one, looking at the end of the curb, after that one, we're coming down to second gear. Again, look at that throttle input. We've got on half throttle. And when you're straight, you can floor it. Coming this left-hander, again, look, we're not coming all the way off the throttle. We're backing off, and then we're playing around 50% to 100%. And that is the trick to try and get this car around this track, is balancing that throttle. We'll come across the line for a 108.332. So at the time of recording, actually put us P2 in the world. So yeah, I did a few laps on this one, and there's definitely a bit more time in this. So maybe a 0.1 in there for me with a perfect lap. But if I get the chance again this week, I will try and give it a go if I can. But for this week's Daily Race A, the DR is affected. So doing a decent lap on this will definitely help you with your DR if you're starting further up the grid. I think it could be quite chaotic if you're starting further back. But before we go any further, guys, if you do like this content and if these guides do help you, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, where we do a lot more of these videos, as well as do track guides to help you earn 2 million credits on the online time trials. We'll show you the chase cam as we come to this left-hander, tricky one to get right. So you're looking for that post on the right, hit the brakes, come down, the kart will rotate you nicely, get back on that throttle as early as you can. Counter steer kicking in a little bit there, just help you a little bit with this kart, a little bit more tricky to control without the counter steer on. So come to the hairpins, you're hitting the brakes, you're swinging this car in third gear, and again you're using that throttle to kind of balance this car around and keep the revs up. That's definitely the name of the game for this one. Keep the revs up and keep their momentum up and balance this kart with the throttle. Especially this left-hander, as you come in, just releasing the throttle a little bit, and there we go, playing with that throttle. Easy for the back end step out in the last corner, tricky one to get right, and that's where you can lose a lot of time on that last corner. So that is the lap itself. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I do love the karts in this game, and as you know me by now, ex-karter, so I can't resist when I see the karts to have a go. Can I go for P1 in the world? I mean, I'd like to have had the time, but I've got an endurance race this weekend I need to practice for, so might not have the time to go back on this again. But these cars are great fun, and I think this race, even though I probably won't have a chance to do daily race A this week, I think this could be quite a fun race. A few overtaking opportunities and some fast flowing sections too. And this course is pretty awesome. I think I actually prefer it in reverse rather than the normal layout. It just gives it a bit more character, I think, and the last section is really tricky to get right. So let me know what you guys are going to be running this week. Daily race A, B or C. I think C is looking a very popular one. That's at Nords, and that's a 2-lap event with dynamic weather as well, and there is a mandatory pit stop involved in that one, so that's looking a very popular one this week. But for me, if I was racing online this week, this is the one that I would be doing. For me guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope this does help you. Have a good week, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Laters.